And going live as we do each and every day, noon or noon adjacent. We're going to make it happen there. It might be 12. It might be 12:05, 12:08. We're fine. It's all good. Y'all get over it. Happy Wednesday to you and a big happy hump day. Thanks for allowing me to take some time off and give you a few best ofs as I was down Mexico way. Damn it. I leave and it all goes to hell. Holy, why? They're like, oh, Mike's gone. He's not going to talk about it. Let's go do a bunch of shenanigans, said all politicians. Holy crap. What's up, Brendan? How you doing, buddy? I want to talk about that first and not know what I did on vacation. You can find that on the Go Show. But what I did on vacation was realize a few things. And I'll start with when I got back, and then it'll back it up to where we were there. I went to Starbucks yesterday because you all know this. I'm addicted to Starbucks cold brew. Did not have any for 5 days. Did not crack my addiction in any way, shape, fashion, or form. So went to Starbucks, and the girl at the window, drive-through window, made a comment. She's like, "Holy cow, you're looking very tan." Memorex. Holy crap, James. Woo, you're aging yourself there. Let's go. Holy kiss. See. Hold on a second here. So you guys can see what the hell's going on here. She said, and I said, yeah, I just got back from vacation. I was in Mexico. And she goes, oh, I'm heading to Mexico. I said, what part? She said, Rocky Point. And she got all tense. This is a very young, pretty black girl. And she's got, a few tattoos, this and that. And she's like, I'm really afraid to go down there. And I said, why? She said, well, aren't they stopping people at the border? Isn't it dangerous? I said, no, it really, really isn't. Queen Bee's uncle, who actually lived down there. Queen Bee's uncle lived in Puerto Penasco, lived down there, and came back up, and he was kind of getting after Queen Bee's dad, being like, I can't believe you're going down there. I can't believe you're going down. It's so dangerous. No, it's not. It's not. This is I'm not going to call it a safe place, but look, I live in the West Valley of Phoenix. I lived in Avondale. I lived Tolleson adjacent. There are parts of Phoenix that are a hell of a lot more dangerous than Rocky Point, Mexico. Period. And no, they're not stopping people at the border. For the love of God. They stopped them to see your passport, or they pulled us off into the little thing. They said, roll down your windows. Kind of looked in the windows, looked in the back of my truck, and said, okay, go ahead. That's it. They have the dogs out that are seeing if they'll hit on your truck. That's it. Like, if you're not smuggling drugs or a hell of a lot of contraband, if you ain't riding dirty, there's nothing to worry about. Get stopped. Get inspected. Who cares? The hell do you have to hide? There are simple lists. They're all over social media. There's simple lists in the Department of State. There's lists of stuff you cannot bring into Mexico and stuff you cannot bring from Mexico back to the United States. Abide by those rules, and you're right as rain. I'm not understanding, at least from the border side of it, what the big damn deal is. It is, you are leaving from the United States into Rocky Point. You go across the Mexican border. It's a different world. Different world. And if you have your expectations set for that, you're fine. Intern Nuge, intern Beans, their mom was all over me about what kind of security are you going to have at the house. What do you mean, what kind of security am I going to have at the house? The hell? This isn't Juarez. You know what I mean? They have an election going on. They got the federales coming around. They got the policia going around. They're making sure that everybody's acting cool. They got an election going. And they're fine. And you're right, Brendan. Rocky Point ain't got nothing on Maryvale. Well, you can't bring people back, Grizz, nor can you bring dogs back, apparently. Yeah. Okay, Lynn, that's fine. You won't go to Mexico. That's totally okay. But the fact of the matter is, these are some loving, hardworking people. And when I say hardworking, none of us grind like the people of Puerto Penasco. No one grinds like us. We do not grind like them. They ain't like us. We ain't like them. These people are hardworking, kind. They might not even dig the güeros that come down there. They might not dig, gringos. Sorry. They might dig the gringos that come down there. But they're kind because my money spends just like theirs, just like spends like anyone else's. And they're all there grinding out a living. All of them. And yes, and I will say this very straight, most of the police are corrupt because they have a choice to make when you become a cop. Allow the cartel to do cartel stuff, or you and your family die. Period. Which we need workers like them. Amen, Grizz. Dude, you couldn't go. They built a brand new Walmart in Peñasco, right out of Los Conchas. And that's a game changer. Good Lord, that's a game changer. But you've got to go down the street and do a U-turn. At that U-turn, there are no less than 4 adult humans holding slices of watermelon. You look just to your right. There's an entire truck, top to bottom, side to side, a box truck full of watermelons. Like, they get watermelons, and all they're going to do is grind and give people a taste. Like, here, you want to buy water? Like they're that's their income. How many people you know grind like that? And they come up to you and they're kind of like a little bit not pushy, but I mean they don't really respect personal space sometimes. But at the same time, you're like, okay, your culture is different than mine. No thanks, buddy, and turn around and go about your way. I'm telling you, right, James, right. The hardest working crews in commercial construction was the Mexican crews. Yeah, they work their butts off because that's their way of life. That's how they do. Their next meal depends on that. The dudes out there driving the boats, pulling the banana boats, the guys out there selling mangoes on the beach, that's their next meal. So ain't nothing dangerous about it because these people want your money, period. They want your business. And in Puerto Peñasco, that's where a lot of the cartels launder their money. So they ain't going to touch Puerto Peñasco. They ain't touching Rocky Point. For some people that don't understand, Rocky Point is Puerto Peñasco. That is, it's not called Rocky Point. It's Puerto Peñasco, Sonora. But I tell you this. You're right, Grizz. It ain't TJ. Man, Tijuana, woo. There are things I've seen in Tijuana that I can't unsee in my life. There are things I've heard, seen, maybe participated in that I can't undo. And thank God there was no social media. Seriously. But I have, and I bought into it. I think there was a time during the Biden administration where there was so much human smuggling coming up through the border that I think you might have been able to run into somebody. Yes, you're right, Rhonda. Rocky Point is much safer than Tijuana. But you might have run into some problems. We're not there anymore. The border is shut down, and the border agents are bored. They're literally bored. And there's yeah, go ahead. There's like no excitement in their day. There's no adrenaline coursing through their veins. They're like, oh, here comes another fifth wheel. I gotta go look through the fifth wheel and see, all the bread on the counter and the fridge is humming and hey, all right, enjoy your vacation. That's it. That's it. We don't need the people to get here vetted and legal. Hell yeah, man. Dude, bring them all. I want to show the cartels a lesson. I would love to show the cartels a lesson. And this isn't ripping the cartels. I need to say that, so I want to get whacked. But I want to show them a lesson. We'll take all of them. We'll take all the dudes selling the watermelons. We'll take the fishing captains. We'll take the people that work in the fish markets. Okay, I swear to you. Like there's Pablo's Fish Market, and there's Juan's Fish Market, and there's Dave's Fish Market. And they're all just semi-permanent structures that are basically 4 poles and a sign and folding tables with coolers on it from the fishing hall that morning. And they're just right next to each other. Literally, there's 5 to 6 fish markets right next to each other with just coolers of stuff. Give me all of you. Come on. Come on. All you selling mangoes on the beaches, selling sunglasses on the beaches, I want all of you. Come on, let's vet you and let's get you up here working your tail off and kicking some butt and dominating. I have a story that we'll talk about tomorrow about the service industry, and it's dead right. We had great service in Mexico because, again, this is their livelihood. We went to a restaurant the last night we were there, and the service was perfect. The mariachi band, banging. Everything was good. Let's see here. Yeah, bring them all. Let's have them all. Brother, let's do it. Exactly. Border Patrol to Border Patrol. Yeah. All right. Sure, dude. Go. They didn't even check my cooler. And I had, seriously, in my truck, I had a 15-pack IPA and a 12-pack IPA. I'm not supposed to bring this up. They didn't care. They're like, whatever. They just go. Just go. Probably riding dirty. And I didn't even know this too. I actually had a my night pen, if you know what I mean. Hit that little thing before night time. Night pen in my travel bag. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But anyway, I want to teach the cartels a lesson and take all of them, all of these hardworking little badasses. I want them all. I want them all. And there was this aquarium that's right by the entrance to Los Conchas. An aquarium they turned into a private school. In ocean kind of like we have equestrian private schools here. They have this oceaneering private school there. Take all those kids. Let's go. Come on. Bring them in private school up here and watch them dominate. And then the cartels don't have this beautiful town. The cartels go, oh, crap. We need to get on the ball and use some of this funding we have, funding. And we could turn places like Puerto Peñasco, a tourist town, into a thriving economic engine and not abject poverty. We could turn into a place where people want to come. As a matter of fact, the entire road from Puerto Peñasco to the border is all potential. All of it. We can turn this into something. We can educate the kids. We can have an educated workforce. We can have investment in anything, any type of development. Talk about an investment in fisheries, an investment in research, and damn, here it is. And you got to understand, they're going to educate the people, and the people are going to come up here to America. No, they're not. The Mexican people sing the corredores. They sing songs about narcos. They sing, and they're happy, and they're dancing. They're having a great time doing it. They're loving it. If the cartels straighten things up, because the cartels run Mexico. Let's say, I'm just deal with the hand that you're dealt, right? Play the hand that you're dealt. So the cartels are running Mexico. Work as a good, productive government with the billions of dollars that you have. I know it's dirty money. I get it. But it turns this place around and turn anything. Well, look what the mob did to Vegas. The mob was all illegitimate money. They turned Vegas legit. And their money went to a legitimate enterprise that, because, damn it, Las Vegas has sports teams. Las Vegas has pro sports teams. I mean, that is a legit American city that was built by mob money. Why the hell couldn't the cartels do the same thing? Hundreds of thousands, millions of lives changed. Yeah. All right, let's see here. They'll ship down with that one. See, oh boy, there's a lot going on here. What do you got here? Brendan and Ron, who's going back and forth. We used to have a great service in the U.S. And then 2020 happened and brought it to an absolute standing. So you're right, Rhonda. Service industry sucks now, unless you go to Texas Roadhouse in Goodyear, and they got some really good employees there. Intern Nugent, intern Beans. Yeah. Let's see here. It's because stop working bars. Yeah, Brendan, 100%. Yep. Whole ship went down. All right. Okay. I know the core job I took when I got out of hospitality was super liberal company, so it still might be the less well. Wouldn't doubt that. I don't think they're going to crush the cartels, James. 100%. You just can't. You can't look at it. They're like, oh, look, we took down El Chapo. Look what we did. Ever heard of a Chapito? That's El Chapo's kids who have kids. The cartels have become an ideology. It's like saying that, oh, yeah, just wipe Gaza off the map and Israel can take over and they'll just, there we go, and it's all done. And the Palestinian movement is over. Nope. Doesn't work that way. Fate Brewing has great service. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm not saying all service, but the service industry as the vast majority of the service industry has just gone to toast. Yeah, you're right, Chris. The government's dirty money, 100%. But honestly, what's worse? The Mexican government getting paid off by the cartels or the American government getting paid off by corporations? What's worse? Tell me that. When all these ass hats are bought off by the pharmaceutical industry that's been poisoning and killing us, the Bayer family that was buying humans from Hitler, and we're okay with that. They're paid off by the Bayer family, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Moderna. They're all paid off. We're okay with that, but oh God, not the cartels. Same thing. The same crap. Oh, book recommendation. Here we go. Ron's got a book. If you haven't read it, check out the book, Son of Hamas. I'm going to use that later today. I'm going to replace bitch with Hamas. Son of Hamas. It's really fantastic read. Okay, cool. If you want to, I think HBO had it. So probably if you guys have Max, or I'm sure you can find it somewhere online. I'm sure YouTube has it somewhere. It's House of Saddam. If you haven't seen that, that was pretty gangsta. That was a gangsta series for sure. And we know you can't read, Brendan. Well, know that. But I think it's just an absolute wasted opportunity for a criminal enterprise to go legit, just like the mob did. Criminal enterprise going legit, just like pharmaceuticals did here in the United States. It could, like I said, millions of people could be impacted, and that town could be just popping. And I mean, popping. I love Mexico. Anyway, which brings me to this, because this post has over 100,000 comments on it, and it's an interesting. I just saw it. I thought you and I should talk about it because I think it's funny. Here we go. This is a proposition to take. Let's see. Let's actually get a better view of that here. This is an opportunity to take the United States, split it down the middle, give half to Mexico and half to Canada. Count me in. 100%. Go ahead. Count me in. Go ahead. Mexico will assimilate to the southern United States way of life with a quickness. So that would be basically just the United States taking over Mexico. Canada taking over half of the United States would end quickly because, I mean, side of California, look at the states that are involved here. We would invade and take over Canada in maybe a matter of 90 days. We'd tell California, just sit this one out, champ. We got you. We need you for your agriculture, your wine, and your fishing. That's the only, and we're going to drill the hell out of your coastline. That's it. You stay here. You're ours. Oh, no, you're ours. I know you're going to try to go red. You are ours. We own you. But what else does Canada not have? We'll take it. We'll get Alaska back in a hurry. Don't even worry. Alaska would just be stubborn like Texas and be like, no, not going. Yeah, West Virginia, Canada, right. Here's the gig, though. Canada, what are they missing? Guys, come on. Help me out here. What are they missing? Yeah, they got the Gulf of America. Of course, that's probably why it's going viral, because it says the Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of America. Go ahead. Gulf of, yeah. Nope, it's not that. That has nothing to do with the Mexican states. Not at all. Not one little bit. No California, not Nevada. What they don't have is what we have. Probably those badass military bases in the country, but we have rednecks. They don't have rednecks. See, these states in Canada don't know how to fight. No way in hell. I mean, I know Missouri's in there, but forget it. Whatever. We give Missouri away. It's fine. There's 27 people in it. But I say we have all of the advantages. We literally would take over Canada. It would be just one giant America again. Yeah, I don't care if I call us Mexico. I don't care. Everybody's going to be speaking English and have everything that we have. Done. Period. Done, and done. This is the dumbest thing I've seen in a hot minute. This is so stupid. Now, like I said, even if you did it tomorrow, go ahead. Go ahead. It is done by, and it is commented on, and it is shared, and it has gone viral because of stupidity, because of a lack of education. And you can't look at this map and immediately go, oh, this won't end well. This will be over quickly. Let's do it. Because all of us here in Arizona, we're loving this idea. We're like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's take it all over. Again, California said that. I mean, well, California could probably take over. They're like, we have 5-round capacity magazines, but they're all 22 gauge and only 35-year-olds can have them. But we can still, anyone can still take Canada. I'll tell you that much. The honest question is, what would they solve? It's just that the people that love this kind of crap, besides me, because I know we'll win in all of it, we'll win it out. The thing is that people hate America so much that they propose that. Mexico and Canada just get America. America is stolen land. Then what the hell would northern Mexico and southern Canada become? Stolen land. Jesus. These people are idiots. Absolute idiots. But I've spent a week in Mexico. I'm like, oh man, we could do a lot of things. You know, I think Queen Bee's dad brought up the P word. Is a terrible, terrible word. It's potential. It's potential. Only has potential if it has an idea and a plan behind it. Yeah. Yeah. And stupidity does always go viral. Speaking of stupidity, let's talk about stupid things like our governor, who is completely 100% on the take. You cannot prove otherwise. You cannot convince me otherwise. You cannot pull me off of this fence. This woman is corrupt and on the take and an absolute asshat. I have never seen such stupidity as when I walk away just for a few days and our state Senate and state House finally get something right and say, guys, hey, listen, if we can agree on one thing, let's agree on this. Let's agree that it's not good to let China, our enemy, buy land by our military installations, our beautiful bases. Okay? Can we just pass that? Everybody, yep, hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Let's stop that. Katie Hobbs, because I'm stupid, vetoed it. She vetoed it. Democratically passed, representatively passed. Democratic representatively passed? Sure, I'll go with it. And this bimbo who's on the take said this. Oh, crying out loud. What did she say here? Okay, said, yeah, it was ineffective and said it could lead to arbitrary enforcement of land purchase restrictions. We'd get around it, sister. We'd get around it. You idiot. We would completely get around it. Oh, okay, there's some land restrictions that aren't really, okay, that wasn't the tenet of our legislation, so let's go ahead and allow that purchase to go through. Fine. It's like not taking, when she vetoed taking sodas and candy off of the SNAP program, she said it would lead to a subclass of grocery shopper. A subclass of grocery shopper? I don't know what that means. Absolute idiot. Yeah. See what happened with the containers near Russian bases. That's right. Brennan, you're right. It would just limit donations to the DNC from the CCP. Yeah. I understand that. Yeah, but I do. Rhonda, I agree with that. I do agree with that, but I do on the other side, playing fair here and not dealing with the idiot Katie Hobbs. God, she's stupid. I love it that there's a radio station here that keeps having her on. Like, you guys are absolute morons. Like, why would you invite such stupidity and incompetence into your studio? Holy crap. Anyway, to play fair here, I go with Michael Crichton's book, The Rising Sun, when there was all about, Japan buying everything, right? Said, if you don't want Japan to buy it, you should stop selling it. True. She also said, do nothing for our security. Right. Right, Truman. She said, we'll do nothing for our security. Okay. The small door lock that I have on my door, it doesn't really do a whole lot for my house security if people want to Starsky and Hutch it and kick it in or shoot through the door. But I have it and I use it. Idiot. Here we go. Look at this. You know, this is Chinese farmland owned by all of these military bases. China's not buying this land to farm, obviously, because there's a whole lot of real estate that's not directly around an Air Force base or a military installation. It's unreal. I do not think, as long as Adrian Fontes is in office, I don't think any election we have here in Arizona is legitimate. I just don't. And I think that when we let things like Dianne Feinstein, evil bat she was, had a 30-year personal driver that was a Chinese spy, when Fang Bang is getting tapped by Representative Swalwell, and he's still in Congress, still has top security clearance, and we keep allowing this to happen. When are we just going to throw our hands in the air and just be like, all right, yeah, yep, they're all on the take from the Chinese government, each and every one of them. They're all on the take. They're all just, we're selling our country to China, period. We knew the Bidens were. Oh, hell, we knew the Bidens were. Definitely knew the Obamas were. You want to find out where the Obamas made their money? Do some digging. I think the total that you're looking for is a $60 million buyout. So look into that. I don't have every detail, so I don't want to bring it up, but I believe the total was 60 million Chinese backed company. And yeah, the Obamas are on the take. Biden's on the take. Wouldn't be surprised if the Bushes weren't on the take. Yeah. So yeah. Ronald McCarthy was all about the Red Scare. Yeah. Well, it's a different country, yeah. Yeah. But it's not really a different country now, Ron. It's all Russia. Same. Cuba, by the way, what do you find out when the numbers shake out? When the numbers finally shake out, how many Cubans are here? Good Lord. Rob and I looked a Cuban in the eye and asked how many Cubans are coming. He said, all of us, except for the elderly and the sick. We're all coming. Yeah. When I leave, we're still talking about the big beautiful bill. Stupid, nonsensical. Elon threw his hands in the air. I knew Elon's time was up, but he threw his hands in the air. He's like, you got a bunch of punks. They are. The Republican Party has idiots that are doing idiot things, that are worried about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, that are worried and freaked out about stupid crap like that, and looking dumb in front of voters. And we have it teed up for us. The midterms, red freaking wave midterms, all go until you idiots take the most popular thing that is any president has done in years in this Doge deal and spending more money while you're claiming you're saving money. Huh? Not giving us any information on Russiagate, not giving us any information on Epstein. Nope, nothing. Sending a bunch of influencers out with their little freaking binders full of crap. Sellouts. I'm telling you, we're going to get our asses kicked, and it was ours to win out. And I'm talking about election after election after election. It was ours to win out, and we do this crap. Oh, all because and then quote me. Speaker Johnson has always been threatened and jealous of Elon Musk. Because he was the Speaker of the House, he was supposed to be the president's little sidekick, and he was all ready to be Trump's little sidekick. Elon became his sidekick, and then Speaker Johnson just became a little sniveling idiot that can't even pass a piece of legislation of 5. Yeah. Yeah, they think we're going to forget. But what are we going to do? Kind of trapped in this one. The next election with Andy Biggs running for governor might be Arizona's most crucial election. Guys, Biggs has to win that. Has to. He's in a safe district. It's okay. We'll put another Republican representative there. I don't disagree with you. Truman 2026 out the window. Out the window. I'm so fired up right now. I don't even know what this is. Let's go with it.
100 meteorologists and 120 retired this year, and we hired them back. I was able to have them exempted from the hiring freeze. We care about meteorologists. We care about hydrologists who do the rivers and the ponds. So we are fully staffed with forecasters and scientists. Under no circumstances am I going to let public safety or public forecasting be touched. But I tell you what we did cut. We did cut programs writing children's books for climate anxiety.
Amen.
Yes, that was in NOAA. And you agree with me, that's not part of our mission. Our mission is to forecast. Our mission is to protect. Our mission is to advise. Our mission is to research, not write children's books on climate anxiety.
How much money?
Yeah. So how much money did you save doing that? Oh, we saved $100 million. Well, what'd you put in the bill? Oh, $150 million. Idiots. Now, I love Lutnick. I do. I think the guy's a genius. He is a genius. But I want to see if you guys caught this, because when most conservative online names are sending this clip around that think that this is a big win. Yes, Trump's strong cabinet right here. Look at this. He's right, by the way. And we don't need books on climate anxiety for kids. But check this out. Listen, see if you can catch it.
Circumstances. We have 2,100 meteorologists.
2,100 meteorologists. Okay, 2,100. Okay.
And 120 retired this
Okay, 120 retired this year. Got it? You with me? That's 120 retired.
year, and we hired them back.
We hired them back. This is called double dipping. So we had pension spiking. Remember that here in Arizona? I think it might have been a nationwide problem, especially with firefighters. The pension spiking was gigantic. And the pension spiking was your pension was based on the last 3 years or something, like 3 or 5 years. And you just loaded those years with overtime. So your pension was higher because it was based on your income over those years. They call it pension spike. Double dipping is when you would retire in a government role and then start working again. So you're collecting your pension in your retirement and you're collecting a salary and benefits. We're not into that anymore, Lutnick. We aren't. We don't like that. And the fact is, we know, and I'm going to say this right now, and you guys might clutch your pearls because you know how I feel about AI and the rise of the machines and whatnot. We don't need meteorologists anymore. Don't need them. Sorry. They're gone. We're done. We need a handful of meteorologists, people that know what the hell they're doing, to enter data into AI software that will predict models. Because right now, and this is why you yeah, it's basically the public sector. It's basically the public sector, Rhonda, all the time. Yeah. Go back in the classroom, especially as substitutes. Anyway, if you see if you go into maybe Apple or the weather apps, they'll give you a 10-day max forecast to what the weather's going to be like. I'm going to tell you from speaking to a meteorologist, days 5 through 10 are sketchy at best. And the reason why there's only, because it used to be the news, right? The 5-day forecast. Here's your 5-day forecast. Get your 5-day forecast here at 10. All right. They didn't say all right. Let's do that. Anyway, because you can, with a decent level of certainty, predict 5 days out. If you're pushing it to 10, the factors go up exponentially each day. It is impossible for models to predict the 11th day because there's just too many factors that go into 11, 12, and 13. You can't do it 2 weeks. You can't. So I will say this. AI will eliminate that. We'll get a 30-day forecast, probably pretty relatively easy, a 30-day forecast with AI. We just will. We do not need meteorologists anymore. We don't need those 120 that are double dipping. We don't. AI is going to play a huge role in this show. It's going to play a huge role in the Go Show. And I'm learning and just absorbing it all like a sponge. And if I don't get ahead of this wave or get on this wave, I'm going to be crushed by this wave. Brendan will catch me on this one. I think Brendan will catch me. I don't know who else is going to catch me on this one. But when the wave breaks here, don't be here or you're going to get drilled. If anyone can catch me on that one, I might get a damn brewman's hat. We'll work it out. Question from Rhonda here. Question on AI. How do you feel about AI behind the plate calling balls and strikes in baseball? 1 bazillion% for it. I am. If we're going to have instant replay on the bases, if we're going to have it on the bases, then auto ump's the way to go. Period. Just tap your head. Nope, that wasn't a strike. And the thing that sucks about that, the reason why it won't take off, I think, right now, and again, I'm for it. We have AI in every other part of baseball, launch angle, speed off the bat. We have all of that stuff. And if you are having AI call balls and strikes, the umpires union is the only thing that's against that. Truly the only thing that's against that. Because it makes them look stupid in real time. Sometimes it makes them look like heroes, but I mean, if you watch it in spring training, you're like, oof, dude, that sucks. I mean, they rung up and they emphatically, yeah, strike 3. And it was 2 inches off the plate. And you're like, okay, you can come back in. Yeah. K-Zone gets it wrong. They get it wrong. I get not as many times as Ump. Nope. No. I just say keep that guy back there to call the plays at the plate, and that's it. Period. It's like the third base ump. You just, is that a swing? Did he go around? No, he didn't go around. And the very few plays that you get to call at third. So I think it's just boring. The first base is where the action is. This is where you want your best umps. And again, they have instant replay. So, what's the difference? Y'all, we got to talk about this. I don't know if you guys saw this. There's a new book out called Independent. I swear to God, it's called Independent. It is about the cover-up in the Biden White House. It's about the cover-up of Joe Biden. Another one. Remember, Jake Tapper did this, right? Original Sin, it was called. And Jake Tapper's been a laughingstock in the media biz, in all of journalism, as, are you bleeping kidding me, dude? You were like the kingpin of hiding Biden stuff. Well, the author of Independent told Jake Tapper, hold my Pride Month martini. Because this is the most egregious crap I have seen ever. Guys, this is worse than Jake Tapper doing this. This is as bad as Jill Biden writing about the cover-up. This is that bad. It's Karine Jean-Pierre. Has now left the Democrat Party and is now identifying as an independent with her new book, Independent. I swear to all things. Here we go.
It would be wrong to think that the border is...
Here you go, right there. Independent. Oh, crap. You're going to make me put my damn glasses on, aren't you? All right, there we go. A look inside a broken White House outside of the political party lines by Karine Jean-Pierre. I'm not kidding, dudes. This is real. And thank God that somebody put a montage together.
Open. It is not open.
Border's not open. Okay.
We're been down to the border. The possible next speaker says that he wants him to go with him. So is he going to?
So look, he's been there. He's been to the border. And since he took office...
When did he go to the border?
But that's not how it works. Like we actually no.
I know that that's not what you guys want to happen, but that is what has happened.
But that's not. It's not like somebody walks over and that's not how.
Exactly what's happening.
Well,
Thousands of people are walking in a day. Some of them turn themselves over. Some of them are caught. Tens of thousands a week are not. That is what is happening.
it is not that simple. It's not just that people are walking across the border. They want to secure the border. We've been doing that work on our own. The president has done the work to deal with what we're seeing at the border since day one.
Close.
Because when you look at inflation, when we look at where we are economically, and we are stronger economically than we have been in history.
Oh, this is awesome. Yes. Where's Tech? Jason.
What we saw on January 6th was the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War.
Good Lord. Isn't that fantastic? God, isn't that fantastic? I love that. It did have Love Boat vibe to it, didn't it? And love, life's sweetest reward. Isaac doing this. Yeah. Oh, what a good. The Love Boat. Oh, God, what a great show. I had no idea what the hell was going on. I was a little too young to really know what's going on. I just dug the show. Yeah. Doc and all. Doc was a ladies' man, too. Play doctor. Yeah. Great stuff. Oh, yeah. The release of it, no one's going to buy it. There's going to be some super PACs that are going to buy it just enough so she becomes a New York Times bestselling author. And that's it. She is going to get her reward. Just like the racist, incompetent, grifter Joseph Robinette Biden for 50 years served his party, gave a eulogy to a former Grand Wizard, called him a great man, but served the Democrat Party for 50 years and was given his due at the end. Like, Joe, here you go. You get to ride off in the sunset as president of the United States of America. Dude, we got you. Karine Jean-Pierre. Look at Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is now a senator. There's no way in hell he beat Steve Garvey. No way in hell he beat Steve Garvey. No way. Adam Schiff's now a senator. We're going to make you a senator, dude. Don't worry. You just lie through your teeth. You just say everything you do in this smarmy little watermelon head way you could. And we'll make you a senator. And then we'll give you a cabinet position. Karine Jean-Pierre is the most talentless speaker. We have, what was the guy, the Mooch? Scaramucci or whatever the hell his name was a better press secretary. Spicer was a better press secretary. Karine Jean-Pierre was the most useless press secretary we have ever had. Ever. And she gets her book. She becomes a New York Times bestseller. She gets to go on a tour. She gets her millions. She's all good. She gets her thanks. Thank you, you willing and not very able servant. Oh, get off if I said servant and she's black. I don't want to hear it. I had a great-great-great-grandmother who was a slave. Settle down. Spicy Time was fun. I think Spicy Time was good. Was that first? I think that first press conference was like 2.5 hours. Not press conference. It was first press briefing. It's like 2 hours. God. I mean, he just didn't know how to shut it down. He did not know how to shut it down. Queen Bee was like that early on when I saw her really running the organization that we're involved in. She didn't know how to shut the meetings down. So I would just say something like, okay, guys, hey, thanks. Great to have everybody here. Thanks for showing up. Good impact, good hustle on the floor. Yeah. Did anyone catch my when the wave breaks here? Don't be there. No one's got that? No one. Oh, all right. I see nothing in the comments. Nobody got that. North Shore, what I was looking for, one of the greatest movies in history about Rick Kane, surfer that learns how to surf right here at Big Surf in Arizona and goes to surf the waves of the North Shore. Yeah. That's a good call right there. Melissa McCarthy playing Spice. I agree with that. I think that Woody Harrelson playing Joe Biden was one of the best I've seen in a hot minute anyway. Let's end with some funny news because God bless Donald Trump for making people from Fox News his cabinet. I absolutely love it. So Sean Duffy is now our transportation guy. And if you can't read this like me, I'm going to help you out. Here we go. All right. From a man here. Here we go. Trump's Transportation Secretary, Sean P. Duffy, releases a report exposing no viable path forward for California's high-speed rail boondoggle. Here we go. The United States Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, today released the Federal Railroad Administration Compliance Review Report, finding that California's high-speed rail authority, high-speed rail project is in default in the terms of the federal grant awards. The detailed report, which is over 300 pages, contains 9 key findings, including missed deadlines, budget shortfalls, and over representation of the project's ridership. The two grant total of $4 billion in taxpayer money. As the letter scores, the California High-Speed Rail Authority has up to 37 days to respond, which the grants could be terminated. Secretary Duffy said, "I promised the American people that I would be good stewards of their hard-earned tax dollars. This report exposes cold, hard truth. California High-Speed Rail Authority has no viable path to complete this project on time or on budget. They're on notice. And if they can't deliver on their end of the deal, it could soon be time for these funds to flow to other projects that can achieve President Trump's vision of building great, big, beautiful things again." Screw you, Newsom. Oh, my Lord. Oh, that's fantastic. And yeah, see, I agree with you on that. I mean, they should. Yeah, they should. But I think there's some sort of, in the grant process or something like that, there's a written agreement. So the government, look, and if the Trump administration wants to keep their end of the bargain on that and say, look, we're not going to just shut it down immediately. We're going to give you 37 days. You have 37 days to respond. Anything you respond with is going to be a hard no, because in total of those $4 billion, you've lost $6.9 billion and not 1 inch of rail has been laid down. $6.9 billion and not an inch of rail. That's done. So whatever they say in their 30-day response period, sure. Okay. Yeah, not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You guys, this has been fun. Glad I'm back. Glad to be back with you. Excuse me. Hey, I'm glad. All of you are glad I'm back. No, I'm happy to be here with you. So much fun. I miss you guys. And it's been a lot of fun. I literally had to start it fresh this morning. I had no idea what the hell was going on. I highly recommend it. At least a day or two. Just shut it down. Just absolutely, not on this show, of course. Maybe on the weekend when the show's not going on. But you guys are the best. Missed y'all. We'll see you right here tomorrow on In Other News. I'm your host,